be here because of an addiction, or maybe you've gone through a very difficult divorce. Maybe you've been a victim of past abuse and are now struggling with the consequences. You may even be going through some abuse at this time. Maybe you're here because someone you love is struggling with pornography, or anger, or anxiety, depression, control, codependency, or any of life's hurts, habits, or hang-ups. Whatever the reason, we understand that it's not always easy to walk across the parking lot and through the doors to CR, and then admit we need help. We've all been there, and I want to assure you, no matter what issues you're dealing with, there is hope. Something important about Celebrate Recovery: we don't take pictures or record anything at our meetings. That's because in the Celebrate Recovery groups that meet at First Orlando and our campuses, we strive to be a supportive community that is safe, confidential, anonymous, and judgment-free. If you're willing to take the journey, you'll find hope and healing, one step at a time.
CR's founder, John Baker, struggled with alcohol, attended AA, and saw a need for a Christ-centered recovery program where our higher power is Jesus. So, in 1991, under the leadership of Saddleback Church, Celebrate Recovery started. There are now over 30,000 Celebrate Recoveries around the world. The 12 steps correlate to the 12 steps used in AA, NA, SA, and groups like that. The 8 principles go along with the 12 steps and come from the Beatitudes found in the book of Matthew, the actual words of Jesus. You don't have to be a Christian or a believer to join us here at CR, but we do use the Bible as our big book.
We meet every week, once a week at each campus.
If a holiday like Christmas or the 4th of July falls on a night that your CR usually attends, we are here.
The only exceptions are bad weather like a hurricane or a large gathering at the church like a concert.
Every Celebrate Recovery meeting begins with large group.
Large group consists of a time of praise and worship, followed by either a teaching or a testimony, and we always read through the principles or the steps together.
The first meeting of each month is Chip Night, where we celebrate milestones in our recovery. We have chips for surrender dates, 60 days, 90 days, and many other milestones, including multiple years. It's a true celebration, and you can talk about your chip in your open share time if you would like to, but you do not have to.
During Cafe, you will have time to build relationships, find accountability partners, and maybe even a sponsor. Cafe, Chips for Chip Night, and childcare are funded by donations. There is never a charge, but we do encourage you to give if you can. There are multiple ways that you can do this, through the donation box at the resource table, weekly offering, and also the website. Nursery is provided for infants and preschoolers up to 5 years of age. Celebration Place is for elementary-aged kids 5 to 10 years old. The Landing is for youth group kids 6th through the 12th grade. Celebration Place and The Landing are not just childcare programs, but safe, age-appropriate recovery environments. Here they will learn about coping skills, boundaries, and other relevant lessons to their stage of life. They will also have opportunities to share with other kids and teens that can relate to what they are going through. The issues we deal with are family issues. If we are dealing with an addiction, then the family is dealing with an addiction. By learning these skills at an early age, it will help them make wiser decisions.
Choosing to participate in a step study is ideal for healing of your hurts, habits, and hang-ups. This is where you can dive deep into your past and discover new ways to mend the brokenness in your life, using the Christ-centered 12 steps as your guide. We highly recommend that you consider joining the next step study that's available. Step studies meet at a different time and at various locations. You can sign up for a step study through the website or at the resource table. I want you to hear from a few people that shared their story of what Celebrate Recovery has done for them.
Celebrate Recovery is a place where anyone can come and have their life completely turned around. The place that I was in 3 years ago, right before joining, was completely rock bottom for my life. And I can honestly say I can't even believe what God has done in my life at this point.
When I came to Celebrate Recovery almost 7 years ago, I had a bad relapse, very bad relapse. And I know the fear I had in my heart, and I needed to get help for myself so that I could, live a pretty good, decent life until I, either go home and be with the Lord or caught up by the rapture.
Celebrate Recovery helps people just by existing, just by being a safe place for people with any sort of hurt, hang-up, or habit. A lot of people hear the name Celebrate Recovery and they think, oh, recovery, well, I'm not an addict. I don't have a drug issue or an alcohol dependency or something like that. And the name maybe can be a little misleading because of that, but that's where our roots are. Celebrate Recovery started and was founded by an alcoholic who wanted a Christian-based 12-step program. And so the 12 steps and the 8 recovery principles and everything now just, it is for so many more people, and so everyone, I think, can benefit from Celebrate Recovery.
Celebrate Recovery is lifelong. It's a part of life. I know people talk about Al-Anon and all these other different acronyms that they use, but Celebrate Recovery for me, I've come to find out it's my life. It's not just a 12-step program. It's not just somewhere where you come and you just, go through the material. No, it's life, because I have to look at where I've been before I came to Celebrate Recovery, what brought me to Celebrate Recovery. And what brought me is I had been married to an alcoholic, not an alcoholic, drug addict. And, but I didn't realize all of my own baggage that I brought into that relationship. So after 10 years of marriage, I found out we both had issues. And so when we both came together, we kept rubbing each other the wrong way. So when the marriage, fell apart, I had to start looking at me.
Well, Celebrate Recovery means to me a place where I can fulfill the 12th step, where it's taking the message to others of the hope that I've found through Jesus Christ and how they can find freedom from addictions, hurts, habits, and hang-ups.
So Celebrate Recovery is a place where anybody can come to deal with the issues that are controlling their life. What I love about it is it's a safe place where you can talk about virtually anything. It's a place you can take your mask off and people won't judge you there. What I love when I hear somebody who's been in Celebrate Recovery for a while, is they say this is what church is supposed to be.
So if anyone wants to change your life and just become that person that you're meant to be in God's eyes, then this is the program for you.